But then there's still something that wants to manifest.
Yeah.
There's sort of, so where does that sort of come from?
And I know, and that this is never going to be known where it all comes from. But yeah, there does seem to be life manifesting and playing all these different things, but where it comes from can never be known by anyone. How would you know it? Who would know it? I know this is just this is such a great question in a way, but it's quite unsatisfying, because how would you ever know yourself? The only thing there is to, I'm putting this in the positive, but to be yourself. You can only know yourself through thoughts. And it's those thoughts which have become an energy and taken a position of me. I know this about myself. The only thing there ever is this. What is? And it's, you can't ever know emptiness, or you can't know the creator. Yet, I'm saying this in the positive, and this isn't really right when I say these things, but it's really hard to put this in words. Like, everything that is the creator, but you can't see it, because everything is that. How would you see it? You'd only be registering it in thoughts. Am I getting too abstract here? It's really hard to put that in words. There's nothing wrong with thoughts. Thoughts are a tool that humans have that dogs don't really have. They have some thinking. But it's, these thoughts have been taken to be real, and they've become energies. Like they feel like you're looking at yourself. Who is looking at itself? Who knows you? Who knows you're sitting here? You can only know that in thoughts, but they've become energetical, so it really feels like you're sitting here and you know yourself.
So when you say
it's like, the reason I was pull a face when someone says you said something, it's because it's not just that I can't remember. So this is really going to sound rude, but you know when you were talking, no, I can't.
Don't be rude. Go on. I'm not rude.
I know. I remember speaking to you in Ireland now. You're like, no, be rude. Straight away. It's because, you know how like, when you're typing on the computer, the fingers are just going, and you can't really remember or register what the fingers are doing, it's just happening. You might be thinking about what you're writing, but you know how the fingers are going like this, and it doesn't feel like you at all, it's just happening. Is there something else that you do where it feels really...
Yeah, not very good at typing, so
you don't have
think
this
about it. But there are other things. Yeah.
Like the car or
Painting pictures.
driving. Yeah. Well, when this body, I'm sorry to put it in an abstract way, is speaking, it's like, it's totally doesn't feel like mine, and I don't know what I'm speaking about. That's really... So when you say you said this, I'm like, oh. Because I don't really know what I'm talking about. The mouth is just going. And I'm not really, there's not really listening. There might be a registering in thoughts at some point, but... So, you'll say it and I'll be like,
can I say
oh.
it anyway?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you wouldn't be able to perceive forms without a commentary. Now, I can't remember what that was connected to, because there was something that you said just now that has gone out of my head now.
Yeah.
Perhaps you could say something about that.
So right now, how, if there's not a commentary, where is the beginning of you and the start of all the other forms? The thing is, this commentary becomes energetical, so it becomes a feeling as well.
So would a commentary be, I'm sitting on the chair?
Well, kind of, but it also becomes like an energy, so it feels like there is a physical divide in a way. But then there is this other thing where you can maybe in some way see this happening, but how do you know forms right now in this moment?
How do I know full?
If you hadn't been taught words, how would you know separate forms? Well, that's the most profound answer, believe it or not, I don't know. And just to go into the story of just to go into the story of Lisa, have you ever heard of Douglas
Yes.
Harding? So my friend always used to do this. Who's the finger pointing at? And I would sit there for ages and I'd think, I really don't get this. And I thought I got it wrong by not knowing the answer. Like, I really thought that because I didn't get it, that I didn't know the answer, but that's it. That sounds really dissatisfying. So it's like, who are you? And eventually the answer is meant to be awareness. But actually the real answer is big question mark. Well, it's not the real answer because there can't be a real answer, but that's closer than awareness. And so the I don't know is also always really profound. And if you speak to kids, a lot of the time they want to say I don't know, but they fear it because the adult's always teaching them to know. So you know, that moment when I asked you that, everything for a moment might have gone a bit fuzzy, like you were a little bit drunk or something. And then the mind came back and said, hang on, this isn't right. Concentrate on what she's saying. But that I don't know was really freeing, is really freeing. All wars are on I know something. We are 100% taught separation. A dog has no sense of separation, yet the functioning and the programming of the dog is to act like a dog.
Dog has no sense of separation, so.
But its body is programmed
is
programmed to act like a dog and to survive like a dog. It's got all the genetic programming. The energy is the perfect expression of a dog, but a dog does not know separation.
So how does it? Why does it need a body?
Oh, I didn't expect that question. I don't know.
Good. Get the hang of this next time.
But the dog is a perfect, just like the human is programmed to be the human. It doesn't bump into things and it catches what it needs to catch and it drinks, but it never needed to learn that it was a dog. It has no sense of it if it looks in a mirror. There's a mirror in the garden, and I took Khaleesi there and she's like, it has no sense it's a dog. It has no words. It has vague thinking and imagery, but not in words.